What's up, family? Welcome to Mini-bytes, session 18, and today's theme is unity. My name is Erin, and I'm an executive coach, and I work with the Trifecta Core Health Initiative platform. And this platform focuses on the mind-body-heart connection, and I believe that you cannot lead and live authentically unless you are actively cultivating this connection. So, unity. Why is it important to talk about unity? Well, you see, recently I have been tested with lessons of patience and tolerance and acceptance in a way that I can't remember ever having been tested before. So all of a sudden, the topic of unity is at the forefront for me. There are attempts to separate and segregate that perhaps have always been there, and maybe I just haven't been privy to it. Perhaps I haven't seen it, but it's all pointless and irrelevant because the fact is now, living in this world on a day like today, it's quite clear to me that there are forces at play wanting to separate and segregate. So those of you who have been watching my videos know that I have two voices, one that encourages and one that discourages. Well, I could say the same for society. There's almost a force that desires to support, and there's a force that desires to destruct. Some may refer to it as order and chaos. Others may refer to it as love and fear. Others may refer to it as God and the devil. There are all sorts of different ways, good versus evil. And truthfully, this is a theme that we're all very familiar with. Lots of movies are based off of this theme, good defeating evil. And so right now it's showing up in my life as this force, this destructive force trying to separate and segregate. So telling me how different I am in various ways, telling me how different people around me are in various ways. And so what I've been working on in particular this last week is identifying and connecting with the similarities and not the differences. Folks, it's a small world after all. And the fact of the matter is there's a whole lot of labels out there, and the labels can be supportive because they help us identify, they help us feel connected in certain ways. But you got to be careful with these labels because they can also separate and segregate. And this will sneak up on you. It snuck up on me. This separating, this segregating snuck up on me in a few different ways these past couple of weeks, in ways that once I was able to acknowledge it, I really had to step into what do I have in common with the people in my world. And once I became conscious of that, I started to see more of the similarities between us, between myself and the rest of humanity in a way that I hadn't seen it before. So it's a small world after all, and a lot of us are dealing with the same stuff, the same emotions, the same struggles. And it doesn't mean everyone's talking about it, but just to understand that regardless of how we look on the outside, as trivial as this sounds, it's like, oh, Erin, yeah, of course. Like, yeah, no, we're all connected, this and that. Well, it's a good time to check in with that, folks, because I'll tell you, when I did, I realized that I was still separating and I was still segregating, and I was doing it in a lot of different ways, and I've checked in with that, and I'm seeing where it's happening, and I understand why it's happening. It's a fear-based thing mostly, but the fact is, no matter how it all looks on the outside, the different backgrounds, the different personalities, we're all connected on the inside. And why is it important for us to talk about this? Why is it important for me to talk about this? Because a lot of my work involves compassion and love. The gifts that I have are gifts of compassion and the ability to love others. And that's a big part of the work I do. And that's these are the strongest traits that I have. And so during this time where there's that voice that wants to separate, segregate, and destroy, I counteract that with love and compassion, and I counteract it with grace and acceptance that, we'll talk about this in another session, but these are not gifts that I have on my own. They're gifts that many people have that are given to us. And so to wrap it up today, unity, we are all connected. And, I may not like you, but I do love you. And we all have our personalities, and they're going to shine through how they do. And I set the intention that I continue to do my best to express compassion and love. The force that prevails is love. It's always love. So keep that in mind today. If you're dealing with some forces that are not love, know that they too shall pass. If you would like to learn more about the work that I do, my personal coaching, please email me at emacemc@emc2nolimits.com. You may also check out our website at www.emc2nolimits.com. Thank you all. Love you all. Bye.